another custom budget gaming and workstation by Haste Repair Group featuring an Apevia PC case, and you can see a flashing LED panel that's supposed to give you a temperature reading. And though it is accurate and pretty cool from what I saw, I wasn't able to get a static image, unfortunately. On the front I/O we have some USB 2.0 audio in and out and microphone and eSATA, and there's the CD DVD RW optical drive I installed as well. And on the plastic side panel we have an interesting look. These older cases, although unique, didn't offer much for cable management or a really nice looking PC. Although if you manage your expectations, it's not really that big of a deal, and I still think it looks pretty cool. We have the blue LED air intake. For exhaust we have the Cooler Master fan with red LED. And it's all powered by this Corsair CX650M 650 watt modular power supply, which helps with the cable management. And for the motherboard we have an ASUS P6TWS Professional, and this has 6 4GB DDR3 1333 MHz RAM sticks to equal 24 GB of RAM. For the CPU we have an Intel Xeon X5660 6-core 12-thread CPU. I was pretty excited to test this one out. For the graphics card we have a Gigabyte RX 570 4GB card, and this paired with this Xeon CPU offered really good performance. And though the RAM speed is a little bit lower than what I would call the standard 1600 MHz, it was more than enough, and this is still a very speedy, fast PC. So I stuck with the stock Intel Fan+Heatsink because I found it offered good enough thermals, and this is a budget PC after all, so I didn't want to add more to the price by putting in a different cooler, but that is an option, of course. So let's check out the rear I/O of the motherboard. We have older style mouse and keyboard PSD port, 246 USB 2.0, 2 red USB ports. I forget what they are called. I'll add that to the video. Audio in and out. On the back of the graphics card we have 3x DisplayPort and 1x HDMI. So we have a Western Digital Caviar Blue 250GB storage drive. For the Windows boot drive we have a 120GB Samsung PM871 solid state drive. For the games we have a 256GB KingFast solid state drive. There's the air intake fan, excuse me. I just decided to make that a non-LED because I felt that illuminating the poor cable management kind of didn't look so great. I tried to mitigate that by installing all black SATA cables, and it helps a little bit. So here we have Bioshock Infinite, and the performance is great. I expected it to be. I think this game came out around 2013, and I originally played it on an old HP laptop I had. But with this graphics card and CPU combo, we were able to get really good performance and really good visuals. Much better than when I originally played it. So I might have to spend some time playing this game again. FortNite I do not play very much, so I didn't play with the settings too much. I kept them on high, and I was still able to get between 60 and over 110 to 120 frames per second, depending on what's going on screen. And to me, that's good enough. I felt that performance didn't suffer. I was able to control the character enough to get at least a couple of kills and lasted in the game for more than a few minutes. For Skater XL, I was able to keep the graphics to high and ultra and get a mixture of 150 into highs of over 170 frames per second. With a game like this, I I think you'd be okay with VSync activated, but it's totally optional. Performance wise, pretty smooth. And Dead by Daylight offered 60 frames per second on average on ultra graphics settings, and you'll see in this video it does dip down to 55 to 57 frames per second, depending on what's going on screen, but that's totally fine for this game. There's no stuttering, and with a good internet connection you'll be totally fine. And this really cool Counter-Strike benchmark offered really good results. Frames per second were pretty high, like over 200 to 300, depending on the graphics settings, and dipping down to about 80 frames per second in this heavy dense fog. But yeah, no problems playing this game, of course. Rise of the Tomb Raider ran very well. I tried it with VSync on and off, and I believe this one was with it off, and this game is totally playable. So UNIGINE Heaven benchmark offers some really great results, and I also did the Valley benchmark and the Superposition benchmark, all on 1080p high and medium graphic settings. So I was pretty excited to finally try out a 6-core 12-thread Xeon CPU on an older style motherboard, and paired with this RX 570 graphics card. I was pretty excited that I was able to keep this down, the price down, and also get great performance. So thanks for watching.